Nikki, are you there? I need to speak with you about something. I assume that you've heard about my marriage from somewhere, right?
Oh, hello, Joe. Yes, I did. I heard about it from another person in the department. Congratulations on the marriage, Joe.
Even though you're congratulating me right now, I can't help but detect a hint of sarcasm behind what you're saying. It's just funny how someone like you, someone who stole Connor away from me, is able to congratulate me without causing drama.
I don't know how many times I have to say this to you, Joe. I didn't steal Connor away from you. I married Connor around the same time that we were all interacting together, but you weren't dating him then, were you? However, suddenly, after my marriage to him, you started getting angry and said that you liked him more than I did and that I stole him away from you.
Well, if it weren't for you interfering with us, I would have been able to start dating him sooner. I was the one that should have been getting married to Connor. You're nothing but a predatory woman to me. All you do is steal men from women.
That's not anywhere near the truth, Joe.
Well, after all that nonsense, I'm finally getting married to another man anyways. I'm telling you this now. I didn't compromise with another man because I couldn't get Connor back, just so you know. I found a man who's way better and more handsome than Connor. My fiancé just so happens to be a manager of a company, so of course he's better than Connor.
Well, that's actually great. Good for you, Joe. A huge congratulations to you and your upcoming nuptials.
Well, duh. Of course I know it's great, Nikki. I knew I could get myself a successful man. That's why I intend on giving you a special invitation to the wedding. So because of that, please be sure you can attend the ceremony. You need to be there to watch me get married.
Is this for real? But shouldn't people from work be invited to the wedding as well? That's what I've heard from other people.
I don't think I'm going to call people from work to tell them to come to my wedding. After all, the groom is a company manager. Everyone will just be super jealous of me marrying him, so what's the point in inviting them to something they aren't going to celebrate anyways?
But I don't get why you would do that. I don't think people would be jealous. I think they'd want to celebrate. I don't understand why I'm the only one from work who's invited.
It's already been decided, okay? So that's it. You should show off your victory in this. You should feel special.
What? I don't get what you mean.
I want to show you how happy I am to you. I'm the one who stole Connor from me. Of course you can invite your husband to the ceremony too. Connor is such an idiot. He threw me away like trash and chose you, who is only young and has no merits. I'll show him the fish he missed out on reeling in.
What the heck are you on about, Joe? Why are you speaking about us like this?
I got wind that Connor's work doesn't see him be going very well. Even though you took the opportunity to become independent from the company after marrying him. And now he's making you live with your mother. Connor really is an idiot if I'm being honest. If you just had let me marry him, you wouldn't be going down such a crappy pathway.
I'm not unhappy with Connor, and I don't think he's unhappy with me either. We really enjoy living together as a couple, and we have a lot of fun and joy in our lives.
You know, it's no use trying to desperately appeal your happiness. It's such a waste of conversation. It's a huge victory for me that I'm getting to marry a man who is way better than Connor, and that's many times over. So, I'll send you an invitation later, so please make sure you both come to the ceremony. Of course, that is an order. You've got no choice but to listen to your boss and come to my wedding ceremony. I want to see you both in a seat at the venue.
Hey, Nikki. How are you doing? An invitation to Jill's wedding ceremony just got delivered to you. But I don't get why my name is also on the invitation as well as yours. Does this mean I should come to her wedding too?
Oh my god. She actually wasn't joking about sending me an invitation. This is just great, and both of us are on it. Ugh.
What do you mean? What's going on?
Didn't I tell you the other day that Jill's wedding date has been decided? Actually, at that time I was talking with her, she said that she wanted both of us there at the ceremony. She wants to sell how happy she is to us, especially to you, Connor. It's so weird.
What's that supposed to mean? What does she mean by sell her happiness to us?
She wants to prove that she's happy, but she still has some ties to you. She has been in love with you for a long time, and then her subordinate, that's me, goes and apparently steals you from her. But you didn't choose her and got with me instead because I was younger than her. And she basically turned around and called you stupid.
You got to be kidding me right now. Nikki, what is with her? I can't believe this. Is she still saying things like that after all this time?
I've also been hiding what she's been saying for a long time. It makes it tough to go to work and be around her. I'm the only one who has a strong sense of success in the office, but now I just want to give up all my work. Now I'm doing about 80% of Jill's work, which is sales. It sucks.
Are you serious? But I thought that the jobs that you both do was to do with managing internal systems, right? Even though it's a busy department with not many people, you shouldn't be doing so much. So, you're also doing some of Jill's work as well as your own?
I try to warn Jill several times about what she's doing in the office, but she won't take the time to understand me at all. She said she couldn't do as much work because of how I stole you from her. That's why I should take on some more responsibilities and do the work.
Nikki, that's insane. That's not how a workplace should be managed. That's not fair to you.
But lately, she seems to be in a really good mood, so she stopped giving me an unreasonable amount of work. I was wondering what happened, but I didn't expect that it was because she's about to get married to some guy. And on top of that, the person she seems to be getting married to is a great company manager. Apparently someone who's 10 times better than you.
Oh, okay. That's kind of crazy. So she wants to show us what she treasures the most?
Yeah, something like that. I can't refuse the invitation because I'm under her at work and she's my boss. I don't want to go alone. I'm sorry, but could you come with me?
Of course, Nikki, we can go together. It's no problem. If you want to show her how happy we are, we can do that too. Let's congratulate the happy couple on their special day with smiles and just be adults about all of this.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing we can do. What about your job? Will they be okay with it? I noticed that you've been having a lot of work meetings fall on the weekend lately.
That's okay. We should be fine with it. I've recently gained a lot of overseas clients, so every single one of them understands that I need to prioritize my private life over work sometimes. Even if I told them that I have been invited to a wedding and would have to change the meeting times, they'd reply in seconds. I can reschedule our meetings for a different time so we can go and enjoy the wedding together.
Wow, that's great, Connor.
I mean, it's thanks to you for giving me such good advice about work. You told me that it would be better to expand our customer base overseas, which is why we're in such a good position today.
But I only gave just a little bit of advice to you. Your web designs received a high amount of praise from a lot of people overseas. The most amazing thing about this is that you were able to get everything back on track and become successful. Well, because of that too, I don't have the best track record with Jill, and so she misunderstands what I say to her a lot.
What do you mean she misunderstands you?
Actually, she seems to think that your work isn't going well at all. She doesn't seem impressed by what you do. It seems that she's unaware of your overseas clients and your achievements.
Well, let her misunderstand that then. It doesn't matter. I'm sure she'd still fall in love with her groom, even if I was a failure. Then she won't be paying attention to us anymore. Maybe all the harassment she's been giving you will stop.
I hope so. I'm so frustrated about the whole thing. You're working so hard at your work. Even though we live with my mother as she has poor mobility, I can't believe Jill would turn around and call you a failure.
The people that wish to understand do understand us, so everyone else doesn't matter. What if she finds out that we're living a happy life? I don't know what Jill's man would do if he found out she was in love with me once. My job is going well. I have a really cute wife, and my mother-in-law's lovely and is an amazing cook. What's not to love? I think I made the best decision in marrying you.
Aw, thank you, Connor. You're so sweet and kind. I really needed to hear that. Well then, can you please read the wedding invitation and circle that we're going to attend, please? Let's go and celebrate Jill's wedding together on their special day.
Hey, we need to have a little chat. You better answer me, Nikki. No matter how much you regret my happiness, canceling at the last minute is a terrible thing, isn't it? Plus, you had to go and lie that your mother collapsed.
I didn't lie about that, it's true. She actually collapsed. It was early this morning, just before we were about to leave, that she collapsed. She hit her head pretty hard in the fall, so she was rushed to the hospital to be tested for a concussion.
What the heck? So did you end up calling for an ambulance? If you did, and she's being looked after, then you both can come straight to the wedding venue, please. I mean, like, right now. It's not like she's gone forever, and you've got other priorities at the moment, so you need to get here now.
Are you for real, Jill? Do you really think I would prioritize you over my own mother? Do you realize that my mother hasn't regained consciousness yet?
If her heart is still beating, then surely she'll open her eyes in no time at all. I don't see what the problem is. You both need to leave the hospital and get over to the wedding venue immediately. I want you to hurry up and see for yourselves how happy I am with my man.
Well, I'm sorry, but we'll not be coming to your wedding. Not now that my mother's in the hospital. I can't be happy and celebrate someone's wedding day if my mother has collapsed and won't open her eyes.
Well, you say that, but it's really because you don't want to see me happy, isn't it? I'm talking about being selfish much, Nikki. If you don't come to my wedding today, then you've left me no choice but to fire you.
Are you serious, Jill? You're going to fire me over this?
Not only did you steal Connor away from me, but you've ruined my entire wedding and how it was supposed to go. I'll have the pleasure in firing such a smart aleck subordinate. You're fired.
This is way too much. You can't just do this to me over a message.
Oh, shut up, would you? If you don't want it to happen, then get over here right now.
Would you please stop treating me like this? It isn't fair. How much longer do I have to live with you being so unreasonable towards me?
What? Me? Unreasonable to you? Don't say such rubbish.
You do, even when I never stole Connor from you. I didn't even know that you had a crush on him. I was harassed at work every day, and then you go on complaining about me afterwards. And if I don't show up to your wedding, I could get fired? I can't just abandon my mother in the emergency room. She needs someone to be there when she wakes up. She's hurt, for crying out loud.
I don't care. If you can't show up to my wedding, you're fired from your job. From tomorrow, you can pack up your things from your desk and never step foot in the office ever again.
Okay then, that's fine.
You're going to live to regret the decisions you've made today.
Okay, you keep telling yourself that, Jill. Even if I regret getting fired, at least I'll never know truly what I did wrong, which is nothing. Even if you come crying to me later about what's going on, I'm not going to help you.
What are you even talking about, Nikki? Why would I come crying for you? You need to submit your resignation letter to the company immediately. Hey, you, Nikki, why didn't you come back to work? I just got back from my honeymoon and I brought souvenirs. If you don't come by the office soon, I won't be able to give you one.
I've already resigned from my position at the company, so I can no longer come to the office. I don't need any souvenirs, so please give it to someone else.
What? Really? When did you resign from your job?
When you were off on your honeymoon. Since I didn't show up to your wedding, you told me to hand in my resignation letter. So I did what you told me to do, and I handed it in.
Really? Are you lying? Did you actually do that? That's just a thing I said that meant nothing. It's almost like it came out of nowhere. So who's going to be doing my job now?
Well, I don't know who'll be doing that. How about you try doing some of your work yourself instead of someone else?
Are you kidding me, Nikki? You can't talk to your own boss like that. Watch your attitude.
I don't need to because you're not my boss anymore, remember? I quit my job at the company.
Oh, really? Is that so? That's fine by me. I wonder if the company will run as smoothly without you. If I can't ask you to do my job for me, I'll just ask someone to do my work. All right, of course. If that's the case, I'll give my work to other departments in the company. With my authority as a manager, I will ask another company to do some of the work for me. Actually, my husband works for a systems company. He's good at working with difficult system management stuff.
I can't believe you're giving out your own work for outside companies to do. What kind of work are you doing if you're handing off all the stuff you're supposed to do?
Well, all I've got to do is pretend that I'm working really hard. Once I got married, I lost all motivation to work. The important thing here is how quickly I can return to my sweet husband.
I still can't believe you can't just do this to other people.
That's why all the work in our department is outsourced to my sweet husband's company. Then his company sales will increase, and I can work easily and not have to do so much.
I'm so stunned by all of this that I've got nothing to say. I'm no longer your subordinate, so it doesn't matter to me what you do. And besides, it would be nice if your darling husband signed an order contract. My system is too complicated, so I think I'll turn it down.
There's no way my husband would refuse, especially for the sake of his sales. Maybe I should be sneaky and increase the contract amount. Hey, answer your phone, Nikki. What on earth is going on? My husband can't accept orders to manage a system. He says he can't move at all without his predecessor.
Well, that's why I told you that it would be rejected. Basically, you're completely devoted to screwing me over. I did most of the system administration for our company. I then resigned without someone taking over. As I expected, there's nothing to take over, so it would be reckless to let an outside company into our system.
Well, the company can afford that without having to take over anything, because it specializes in system management.
However, our system management is quite complex. On top of that, there are only a few people there and the work is huge, and now you're giving it away to outside companies. And then you turn the work down as it's too complicated and requires too much work. That's why we have this department. If you're the manager, you should know that, right?
Excuse me?
Well, there's no way you would know then. The work you left to me whilst you sat in your chair all day doing nothing. That's why everyone in the department created an automation program that was led by me, as we could reduce the amount of work we needed to do. But then, you went and fired me, so they don't know what to do anymore. I feel so sorry for the people in your department, but I had to resign completely. The company system is almost non-functional.
So what will happen to this department from now on?
Well, you're going to have to handle almost all the system management work from now on. There's no reason why a boss can't do the job that a subordinate can do. Of course you can do it, right?
That's impossible. I can't do all that work. I'm not good at this kind of thing. I just boasted to the people around me so that I could get promoted. I can't manage these systems.
Then you'll need to ask your husband for help, won't you? Tell him you don't know how to do your job because you handed all the work off to the people under you. And that you can't do it all by yourself, so you need to make an order with him so he can do it.
But I can't do that. I can't just go and tell him all those things. I don't know what he's going to think of me if I tell him what I've actually been doing at work.
Then I don't know. I told you not to come running to me for help. I don't need this crap from you after how you treat me at work.
But you can't just leave me here to deal with all this mess. You need to come back to work and help me out. My husband is going to get so angry with me.
There's no way I'm helping you after the way you treated me and what you've said about Connor. So, if you'll excuse me, I've got other things that need attending to. Good luck with managing the office system. After that, the people in the department wanted me to come back, otherwise they would quit. Jill was so ashamed that she came over to my house and begged for forgiveness. Eventually, the people from higher up were brought in to clean up her mess. They told me I don't have to come back, but to take over Jill's job, and they said I'd be compensated. I went there for just a few days to help with the handover. During that time, Jill was banned from seeing me and was confined to her house. When she returned, she was told to take responsibility for what she did, and she was fired. Also, her husband wanted a divorce once he found out everything, and now she's lost everything. She cried until she couldn't anymore, but it was too late. The damage was done.